What's up, guys? It's QuackZerTube here, and today I had a battle with the one and only HoodlumScrafty, and he was using hack Pokemon, and it's an RU battle, and it was really fun. And so he said on Twitter, anybody want to do an RU battle, first reply. And then I got lucky enough to reply first, and he picked me. So this was an RU battle, and he was using Hackedmons, and I don't really know what his Hackedmons are and what their abilities, moves, and all that kind of stuff. So I'll go ahead and start the battle. Okay, so Column's issuing a challenge. It is probably going to go on his channel too, so make sure to check out his perspective, and this is my perspective of the thing, of the battle. And so yeah, the first turn I thought I would be faster in the Rotom, but later on in the battle you'll know why he was faster than me. I was gonna U-turn out, but he was faster, and yeah. Okay, so he goes into his Marowaka, and I go into my Weezing, because I know Marowaka is physical and I can just Will-O-Wisp him. So he does switch out, and he goes into his Pidgeot. And his Pidgeot is not a Pidgeot, it's a Pyroar, okay? So he intimidates me, which doesn't really matter because I'm poisoned, I'm special, and yeah, so I do go for the Will-O-Wisp, and he is a fire type, so nothing happens to him, and he goes for the Echoed Voice, I think, and yeah, it just leaves me under half, and then I go for the Pain Split and split the HP. So I go into my Ragice because I am special defensive Ragice, and he goes for the Hyper Voice, which does a 30% damage to me. And yeah, I get leftovers recovery, and he does know he has to switch out because I'm a special defensive wall, and he goes into his Pinword. So I go for Protect, but it failed. And I do get the leftovers recovery, and it's almost getting me back to full HP. And I go for the Protect this turn, which was a big mistake because he goes for the Sword Stance. And yeah, that was really bad. So I get leftovers recovery, leaving me almost at full HP. And yeah, he goes for the Iron Head, which is gonna one-hit KO because Pinword is physical and I have no physical defense, and Iron Head is really effective. So I do go into my best friend. He's my Typhlosion, and I go for the Focus Blast, predicting the Sucker Punch. Even though I'm Choice Scarf, the Sucker Punch has priority. And if I went for Eruption, I don't really know if it would have killed, because I was at like 2 HP. So I did go for the Focus Blast, and that's okay. So he sends out his Darkrai, which is his Pleeper, and I'm pretty much dead here. I didn't want to switch out, so I just went for the Focus Blast and to get some damage done, and that did like a good amount of like 20%. And so he goes for the Scald, and that does kill me. Super effective, and I had 2 HP left, so yeah. Okay, so he gets his leftover recovery, and I go into my Linoone, trying to set up sweeps here. So he does withdraw, which was a good thing because I did go for the Belly Drum. He goes into his Marowaka. I go and use Belly Drum, which gets me to half, raises my attack by +4, and I get my Citrus Berry to heal myself. Okay, so I know Marowaka has Mach Punch. I saw it on his Marowaka. He showed me a picture of his Marowaka, and he does have Mach Punch, so I went for the Extreme Speed, and that does one-hit KO. Okay, then he goes into his Rotom, which messed me up. So this is the reason he was faster in my Swellow. He had a Choice Scarf Rotom, and then he made me have the Choice Scarf, and I can only go for Shadow Claw now. That was actually a good strategy, because even though I'm now like really fast with +4 attack, he has a normal type on his team, which is the Pyroar, and I cannot kill him with a Shadow Claw. It doesn't even affect. So I didn't want to switch out. I didn't want any of my other Pokemon to get hurt, so I let my Linoone die this turn. And yeah. Okay, so I go into my Vivillon now to get some sweeps up. He is faster than me, unfortunately, so he goes for the flamethrower, but I have a focus sash. And then I go for the sleep powder. I go for the sleep powder, which now he's asleep, and I can just set up sleeps all over the place. And yeah. So he is asleep this turn, and I go for the quiver dance to get as much special attack as I can and hurricane everything in my way. Okay, so I get my speed, special attack, special defense rolls, and then he withdraws, so I can't put anything else to sleep because of the sleep clause, and that is really bad for me. So I do go for the hurricane on the Pleeper, and that does one hit KO, which is really good. The Pleeper's out of here, and now he goes into his Howdy, which is his Thor. This Thor is like a really good special defensive Thor. Like, he took so many of my hits. That hurricane didn't do much, even though it's super effective, and I had a plus one hurricane. Like, that should do a lot on a fighting type, but he is like really special defensive. So I do get my Weezing out here. Now this was turning into an endless battle, kind of, because I go for the Sludge Bomb. I poison him, luckily, but then he has a freaking rest on his Thor. That really messed me up there, okay? And then he gets all of his HP back, and that really hurt me to see that happen. And yeah, so I do go for the Will-O-Wisp accidentally. Like, I knew he was asleep, but I don't know what happened. I just went for the Will-O-Wisp, and yeah, that was a bad choice. So I go for the Sludge Bomb this turn, just trying to get some damage done, but that does like really less, like 5%, 6%, or something like that. So yeah, I get recovery from the Black Sludge, he gets recovery from the leftovers, and yeah, this was beginning to be an endless battle. I wish I could speed this up somehow, but I can't really speed it up. So yeah, he woke up, he goes for bulk up, which I didn't really care about, because what he doesn't know is I have haze on my Weezing, which gets rid of all the stat changes. So yeah, he gets leftover recovery, I get Black Sludge recovery again, and he goes for another bulk up, which I go for a Will-O-Wisp to get his attack cut in half, and he goes for another bulk up. Okay, I'm fine with that, because I have haze, and he doesn't know that. Okay, so I get all my HP back. I'm at full HP now with Black Sludge, and he gets his leftover recovery, and then he gets burned. So yeah, that's a good part for me. But still, later on in the battle, you see he does a lot of resting, and yeah, I get really tired of that, and you'll see what happens at the ending. I don't want to spoil it. Okay, so he gets leftover recovery again, and I don't need Black Sludge recovery because I'm already at full health. And yeah, so now I predicted a rest, so I went for a haze to get all of his stats back to normal, and he does go for the rest and gets all of his HP back. Yeah, that's what happens. Okay, so he's asleep now, and I'm still gonna spam Sludge Bombs on him. And yeah, I go for Sludge Bomb. That is a good amount, like 5%. I shouldn't call that good, but he is a special defensive throw. So yeah, he gets a leftover recovery. I go for the Sludge Bomb. Another mistake I made in this whole battle was that I brang my NU team, but it was supposed to be RU and Ender. So if I brang like my Exploud and all those other good Pokemon, I think I would have had a pretty good chance. But still, this was a great battle. So he wakes up, he goes for the payback, which doesn't really do much to me because I'm like super defensive. So I get the Black Sludge recovery, and he gets the leftover recovery. And yeah, he got tired of this too, so he does switch out his throw and goes into his Pyroar, which is already asleep, and that was a good part for me. So he gets an Intimidate up, which doesn't really do anything because I'm a special attacker. And yeah, so I go for the Sludge Bomb, and that does a good amount of damage, like 2-hit KO. So he still stays asleep, which was a really good part on my side. And yeah, I go for the Sludge Bomb, and yeah, this is where it pretty much ends, because I got sick and tired, and I really just forfeited the battle. I don't know what he did. I think he went for payback or something, maybe. I don't really know. So I just forfeited the battle because I didn't want to, like, go through all that shit, okay? So that was a good game. Thanks for battling me, HoodlumScrafty. That was, like, really fun, and I appreciate it. And go check out his channel. He probably has a video up with his perspective on the battle. And yeah, goodbye, peace out.